So the area of a triangle can be found using a formula. And I've got some letters down underneath there, a B and an H. So A equals, area equals 1/2 of the base, so 1/2 times base times height. This is a formula for the formula of a triangle, the area of a triangle that you need to memorize.
Half of base times height. Wait, are we still gonna need our graph paper and stuff?
Memorize that formula. I know you used it last year. Okay?
Sounds familiar.
In triangles, the base is the part that's setting on the ground. Okay, so this is the base here of this one. This is the base. The base goes from right here to that point. Okay, it's just the part that's the line. The height can be a little tricky sometimes. It's how tall the triangle is. This first one's pretty easy. The height is this perpendicular line that forms a right angle here. This is the height.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
This other one, if you have to go from the tip here, that point up there, and you have to go straight down until you reach, let's say we extend this base until it's a 90 degree. That's the height there. So it's the tallest point of the triangle straight down to the bottom. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean my base is bigger now. Okay, my base is still the solid line. Okay? The height, though, has to go to where if you were to extend that solid line out as an imaginary line over there. When it's inside, it's a little easier to see. Okay? So you have your base and your height. Okay, so my wife wants me to paint the peak, and it should say paint, not pain, but painting sometimes can be a pain. Paint the peak of our house a different color. What is the area so I can determine how much paint I need? So there's my triangle. What formula am I using?
Base times height.
A equals half base times height.
A equals 1/2 times base times height. And Ethan, you said it a different order, and that's totally fine. Okay? In fact, some people will say area equals base times height divided by 2.
That's what we did.
Okay? So either of those will work.
Can I
Okay?
just write that one down?
Yep. So, we still don't know our area. Do we know our base?
Yeah.
What's our base?
28.
28. What's my height?
Oh, 10.
10. We plug and chug the numbers into our calculator. 1/2 times 28 times 10. And we get A equals
We do that?
140. You can check my work if you want.
Wait.
Ethan.
So what we just like do?
A little note here. You can rotate the triangle however you want. Any side can be the base. So we'll just put that on here. Any side can be the base. Not every triangle is going to look like the one that I drew there, where the base is right there and the height is right there. Sometimes they'll twist and turn them. Okay, so if the base isn't the way you want it, just turn your paper or turn your book so it looks that way, or redraw it differently. But make sure you keep the numbers in the same spots. So again, let's start out writing our formula. So who remembers the formula?
A times A squared.
Not squared.
Oh, sorry.
Base times height divided by.
And I'll do it both ways. Area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay? I'll do it both ways. I like using the half, just because it's me.
What will they use
Right.
in high school?
Either one works totally fine. So it says find the height of a triangle with an area of 54 and a base of 8. So right now, we know the area. We know the area is 54. Equals 1/2. Do we know the base?
No.
8.
We do. The base is 8. But we don't know the height, so that's still going to be h.
How do you write it the other way?
So the other way, it would be 54 is the area. We know the base of 8.
Oh.
I think I know how to do it.
So, again, both ways, totally fine. Either way, let's just focus on the left way, and then we'll do the right way.
Oh.
I don't mean right as in correct way, because they're both correct. I mean right as it's the right side of the page. Okay, so we're going to do the left side first. I can do 1/2 times 8.
No, it's 4.
What's half of 8? It's 4. So this here becomes 4, and it's still times h, and still 54. Now, how do I, if I'm multiplying by 4, Jake, what do I do to undo multiplication? Divide. How much am I going to divide by, Jake?
4.
4. Because I'm multiplying by 4, so let's divide by 4. So you're going to do 54 divided by 4.
13.5.
13.5 equals, my 4 is just canceled on this side, h. So my height is 13.5. Now, the other side, the right side of the page, same problem. We just did divide by 2 instead of times 1/2. So in this case, what do you have to do first?
There's a time. Wait, what?
You would have to multiply by 2 on both sides so that this cancels. And we'd get 108 equals 8 times h. Because 54 times 2 is 108. And then now instead of dividing by 4, I have 8 on this side, so divide by 8. The 8s are going to cancel. Left with h over here. 108 divided by 8 equals what? 108 divided by 8.
How did you get 108?
I did 54 times 2.
5.
13.5.